family! You get out here at once! Huh? I want you out of here today, okay? Mom? I don't want you calling me your mom anymore, you moneyless idiot! Wait, what is going on all of a sudden? Can you please give me an explanation as to why I need to be the one to leave this house now? Do you not have any memory of what might have caused this? Well, no, actually I don't. I don't even know what your reason is for calling me moneyless now either. This is the reason why you are poor! Why are you calling me poor this time around? Well, how about you calm down a little bit and stop calling me things like that? Then you and I can talk about what's gone and upset you. I took a look at the amount of money you have in that account, and after seeing what I saw, I have no reason to be calming down. You were taking a look at the money in my account? There was a checkbook on the living room table. Huh? The living room, wait. Are you kidding me, Diana? You've gone out and made another duplicate key to let yourself into our house without asking us? Could you please stop it with that reckless crap already? I've had enough of it now. You live over an hour away from our place as well, so how much free time do you have on your hands to be doing this all the time? Who the hell cares about something like that right now? Only $100 in your account? Excuse me, $100 in my account? What the hell does this mean? You're supposed to be working for one of the largest companies in America, and all you have in your account is $100? Don't tell me that this is all that remains from your compulsive spending. When Brad brought you over to my house saying that he really wanted to marry you, I heard from you that you're working for that huge conglomerate, and that's why I allowed you to be his wife. But now that the lid's been opened on your life, I can see that all you have left this month is $100. Tell me what the hell this is about right now. You lied to me about how you're not able to make squat in terms of income. You divorce my son right now and then get the hell out of his house. Well, before we get any further, let me tell you this. I have no idea what checkbook of mine you're talking about, as I don't remember having only $100 left in my bank account. And because of that, your reason for wanting me to divorce Brad and move out of the house is not going to work for me. Are you telling me that the things I saw with my own eyes just now are all false? I don't ever remember me leaving out a checkbook in the living room either, so that's another reason for me doubting you. But that's not even the main problem here. Ah! Who the hell do you think you are? Freaking moneyless witch! Low-life whore! Overspending idiot! You have no right saying any of those things about me. I feel so bad for my little boy having been fooled by a witch like you. I'm going to get you both to divorce one way or another. Brad, did your friend's wedding finish up and everything?
Yep. Right now we're all taking a break right before the after party begins. What's going on?
Your mom has gone ahead and made herself yet another duplicate key for our place.
What?
I'm sure you were really enjoying yourself, so I'm sorry to have to bring this up now.
No worries. I'm actually really happy you're telling me about this right now, so no need to apologize to me. But that last time she broke into our house, we took the key away from her, right?
I know that. I even saw you doing that to her. But once again, she's gone and come into our house without our permission.
Seriously? How many more times is she gonna make duplicate keys to get into our place? Tell me, what did she do this time while she was there? Did she throw out your cooking again like before, or did she go through the kitchen cabinets and break all the dishes like last month?
She found a checkbook in the living room with only $100 in its account.
Huh?
She said it was sitting on the living room table. Brad, do you know anything about it?
Well, yes, I do. That was probably my checkbook, actually.
Wait, really?
Well, you remember how I was changing banks, right? During that time, I had to transfer pretty much all my money from my old account into a new one. So, in order to not have the old account close on me yet, I left $100 in there so that the bank wouldn't get upset with me. And well, in this day and age, we don't really need checkbooks anymore, right? So I must have just set it down there on the table and forgot about it.
I see. That's why that old account only has $100 left in it.
That's right. And as I was on my way to the wedding this morning, I was looking for a gift bag to put the present I got my friend into, and so I was shuffling through all the drawers trying to find one. And well, while that was going on, I happened to actually find that older checkbook, and that's probably why I ended up putting it on the table and never placed it back into the drawer. I was in a hurry, right? So I just left it there then. Now things are starting to make sense. I was wondering why I would have even pulled that old checkbook out in the first place, and now I remember what happened with it.
See, I kind of get it now. Right now, I'm still on my way home from the business trip I've been on, so I haven't had any way of telling what all happened within the house while your mom was there.
I'm sorry that leaving the checkbook out like that caused so much trouble for you. I'll talk with my mom about this.
Yes, please do.
Hold on a second.
What's up?
With what's happened here, don't you think we can use it to our advantage?
What do you mean by that?
Remember the last time my mom came in by herself with that duplicate key she made, and we talked about how horrible that was for us?
You're talking about that conversation?
Yep. I was actually being serious about all I was saying, so what'd you think?
Good point. If you really are alright with going through with something like that, then by all means, let's do it.
Well, there we go then. I know this is only going to cause a bit more trouble for you, so please forgive me for the time being.
No worries, Brad. I trust that you'll be able to handle this for us.
Thank you. And we're both back at the house? Let's get our brains together and perfect our plan.
All right. Emily, I'm sure by now you've started to come around to listening to what I say, right? I saw on the living room table a couple of divorce papers, and on them were yours and my son's signatures. Huh? Diana. Once again, you've come into our house without our permission. This is not about that. What this is about is you getting divorced from my son, right? I think me talking to my son about how you only have $100 left to your name in that account really ticked him off. I see. So you told him about that then? Well, then you must be aware of this. That happened to be your son's checkbook that was on the table. Stop lying, you moneyless witch! Ugh. I'm not lying to you right now, though. The fact that you're blaming me over something like that without even checking the name on the checkbook first shows me a lot of warning signs about you. And Brad was saying the same thing you are now, trying to cover for you overspending all the time on yourself. But seeing now that there is divorce paperwork all filled out on that table from you two, my words to him finally worked their magic. And the reason they finally worked is because I'm right. So you, being the moneyless freak that you are, need to hurry things up and leave my son. Is that right? Well, this was supposed to be my final warning to you. Warning? You don't seem to care at all about your son and only want what's best for yourself, since you're not even listening to what he's been trying to tell you. Huh? Well, I've had enough, and I am no longer going to try and tell you off. Goodbye. What the hell are you talking about? Well, whatever. You guys are already getting a divorce now, so I don't give a crap what happens to you after. I'm looking forward to seeing my son come back home to me again after this. I'm going to clean his room up right now for him, so that when he comes back to me, he'll have a lovely room to sleep in.
Emily, I just finished work.
Good work today.
I took a look at those screenshots you sent me of that conversation with my mom. I guess she really isn't listening to either of us, just as we thought she'd do.
Seems that way.
I was really trying to give her one last chance by telling her the truth straight up, but I guess she doesn't even trust my word. She's been that way for decades now, but I guess even time couldn't fix it for her. If anything, it's only made her worse, to the point that even I can't handle it anymore.
Brad, are you going to be okay? I understand what's going to happen here, but she is your mom, right? Are you really sure that you're okay with what we're about to do?
Yep. And you really don't have to worry about me because I'm all for this. Actually, this has a boatload of benefits to it, and I'm gonna feel amazing having her out of my mind once and for all. I think I can finally understand what my dad must have gone through with her that made him run away like that. She is really not good for anyone to be around, that monster. The kind of monster that thinks only about herself, no matter the outcome.
Yeah.
Emily, thank you for checking up on me there. But I'm totally set with what we plan to do, so don't worry.
All right. Okay, then.
Now, I'll see you at the new place.
Yes. I'm leaving the house right now. Emily, what the hell is going on here? You were supposed to be leaving my son once and for all with that divorce, but my son has still not come home to me. So I went over to that house to see what was going on, but my frickin' key isn't working anymore. And on top of that, your neighbor is telling me that nobody's been living in your house for a while now. Where the hell have you and Brad run off to? I want my Brad back right now!
Mom, you stop texting Emily about everything right now!
Brad? Where are you right now? You have left that witch already, so hurry up and come home to me. I want the two of us to start living happily together again, just like we had been doing years ago.
Happily, huh? Mom, was there ever a time you and I lived happily together?
What are you trying to say? You and I were able to live together for a very long time, right? Even when your dad ran away, you stayed right by my side the whole way.
And if it wasn't for me doing that, Dad would have never been able to set himself free.
Huh?
I know about who I am to you. You forced Dad to impregnate you so that he'd have to marry you, and the baby that you forced happens to be me, right?
Huh? Wait, that's,
And because of that, Dad, who has been so scared of you the whole time we lived together, was never able to flee. But Dad had a plan, and that was to one day use me as bait to get himself time to leave the house without you ever being around to stop him. And that's why in the end, he was able to get away, and I was left with you, with nowhere to run myself.
What did you say?
I'm far older now, and all of that is nothing I need to worry about anymore.
You don't need to worry about it?
I have a wonderful woman by my side now, my wife, and she happens to be someone that I never want to lose, no matter what.
What? What are you talking about right now? You already divorced her, and the only woman you need to worry about now is me.
We didn't get a divorce.
Huh?
The divorce papers that you saw on our living room table were all fake.
Fake?
You were the one that came into our house without permission and started to go off on Emily saying that the checkbook with $100 was hers and that she needed to leave me for good. So we wanted to see how you treat Emily if we place fake divorce papers down for you to walk in on. We also wanted to see how you react to me trying to tell you the truth about the checkbook, but you never bothered listening to me. And well, we found out in the end how you'd react. Things turned out the way we didn't want them to with you, to the point that all we could do was laugh.
Brad?
I'm done being your son.
What?
I like to think of us moving to a new house without ever telling you as a first step and me not being your family anymore, please.
What the hell are you saying to me? Wait, don't tell me that witch is so upset about me finding out about the $100 she had left that she's forcing you to say all this to me and run away. Don't worry. I'll get you a lawyer and everything, and we can sue her butt.
I told you before that the $100 checkbook was mine, right? You should be aware that it was my name printed on the front of that checkbook, right? Well, you totally ignored my name on it and blamed Emily as though she used all of her money up on herself and then asked for her to leave me.
But for someone working for that large of a company to use up all her earnings to have only $100 left.
I'll tell you one last time. That checkbook with only $100 in it is mine. And I explained to you before what that checkbook was and why it only had $100 in it, right? Fed that you're acting as though I never told you any of this. Do you have any idea how I'm feeling about that?
Brad?
No. There's no point in trying to talk with you anymore. So we're done here.
Huh?
This is me cutting ties with you.
Wait!
Stay the hell away from us forever.
Right after Brad said goodbye to his mom, we both went ahead and changed our phone numbers. But of course, that wasn't going to be enough for us, and so we went and spoke to the rest of the family and told them that we wanted nothing to do with her anymore, which they all agreed with. And after we felt secure that she wouldn't ever be able to find us, Brad started trying to get in touch with his dad again, who apparently moved to England. There he happened to open a store of his own, which he's running. And when Brad got in touch with him again, his dad asked him to come out there and help with the business. As for myself, I asked my company if I could start working remote from England, and they agreed to my wish, as long as I came back once a year for a planned meeting. A little while after we had moved out of the country, Diana heard from somewhere that her son and his wife had moved overseas. At that point, when she thought she'd never be able to give up, she stopped. I guess the knowledge that she could literally not get to us now without a plane ticket really got into her thick head. She's gone and settled down now and has moved into a retirement home where she's going to live the rest of her life now, since she has nobody left to come and take care of her. Neither Brad nor myself ever saw something like moving to England as ever being a part of our lives, but I think that it's really been the best choice we've made as a couple. I no longer have the fear of ever having to see his mom again, and he finally has been able to reconnect and work with his dad that ran away from him so many years ago. In hindsight, having Diana act as a complete lunatic around us was a blessing, and I hope that she ends up in as good of a place as we're in someday. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hi, Omar. You know that today is Alina's entrance ceremony at her new high school, right?
Oh, hi, Rena. Yeah, I know. The entrance ceremony starts at 9, so I should get there a bit earlier, right? I have a night shift that day, so I'll be coming straight from my workplace, but I'll make sure not to be late.
What? Don't tell me you actually plan on coming, do you?
Yeah, I'm her father, aren't I? Why shouldn't I come to her entrance ceremony?
No, you can't come because you're just going to embarrass us. Alina doesn't want you to come.
What do you mean I'll embarrass you guys? I mean, I went to her graduation ceremony at her middle school, so why can't I go now? Besides, I heard that it's normal for both parents to come to the entrance ceremony. It would be better if I came as well, I think.
No, it's true. It's normal for both parents to come, but there are single parents and stuff too, so it won't stand out that much. It would be better if I went alone and everyone thought I was a single parent than if I went with you.
Huh? What is that even? I know you guys aren't very proud of what I do for a living, but is it seriously that embarrassing? Besides, it's not like they're going to go around asking parents what they do for a living, are they?
Jesus, you really are an idiot. It doesn't matter if they don't ask you your profession because it's obvious what it is just by looking at you.
Huh? Come on, Rena. Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit? How are they supposed to know that I work at a factory just by looking at me?
I'm telling you, you don't understand the feelings of a teenage girl. You see, a father who works at a factory is embarrassing for a teenage girl.
Huh? Why exactly is it embarrassing then? I know it's nothing fancy like a pilot or a doctor, but it's nothing to be embarrassed of.
Of course you would say that. You're a factory worker. This new school of Alina's is a high-level private school, so the other students are going to pick on her if they find out that she's from the lower class. Besides, if you come to the entrance ceremony, the whole auditorium is going to stink, so go home.
Huh? Lower class? Just what exactly is this school you sent Elena to? Some sort of prep school? Well, I understand how she might stand out if they find out about her background, but is it really worth pretending I don't exist at all? And what do you mean go home? I haven't even went to the entrance ceremony yet.
I'm telling you not to go to her high school after your night shift is done and go straight home to our house. It's obvious you're going to stink after you just worked hours at a factory. Do you enjoy embarrassing us or something? It's not for me that you shouldn't go, but for Alina, since it's an important day, being her first day in high school and all. Apparently, Alina intends on telling everyone at her high school that her father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. If you stink of factory, then they're going to know for sure that you don't actually work at a trading company. So, do you understand why you can't come to her entrance ceremony now? Just don't go, all right? Why do you want to go so much in the first place?
Because I thought she was my daughter. You know, I can take a shower in my workplace before I come. I intend on changing into a suit before I go as well. I'm not going to go in the clothes I wear to work if that's what you're worried about.
No matter how much you clean yourself up or polish your appearance, you won't be able to get rid of the stink that's already a permanent part of your body. The one that comes from years working at a factory. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to make you any less embarrassing to us. Do you understand now? Don't come, no matter what. Hello, Father. Don't tell me you came to the entrance ceremony, did you? I heard from Mother that you intend to come, but don't come, no matter what, all right?
Elena, even you're telling me not to come? But I went to your middle school's graduation ceremony, didn't I? Why can't I go now that you're in high school?
That's because my middle school was in the area that we lived, so everyone knew about you in the first place. Meaning that there was no point in trying to hide it. But now that I'm going to a private school a bit farther from our hometown, I can make my own background from scratch since no one knows you.
What do you mean make your own background? So you intend on lying about yourself just to impress your new classmates? That isn't good, Elena. You might impress them at the start, but you're going to end up being one of those people that only do things to please others. You're never going to be happy yourself.
Wow, those are some impressive words for a factory worker. Did you copy and paste that from the internet or something? You see, I'm going to tell everyone that my father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. It's not an embarrassing profession, unlike a factory worker, right? I need to fit in, Dad. This new school of mine is a high-level private school, so the parents of all the other students will probably have such high-income jobs.
So you think that your father working at a factory is embarrassing? I told your mom this already, but while working at a factory might not be flashy, it's an honest job that you shouldn't be embarrassed of. I'm sure not all of the parents will have high-income jobs. Surely there will be some people like you, right?
Of course it's embarrassing. I mean, you stink, first of all. And working at a factory is like the opposite of being stylish, and it's so uncool. That's why I don't like you working at a factory, and I don't care if there are other kids like me. I'm not proud of it, and that's all that matters.
I see. I understand. Fine, I won't come to the ceremony then. Although I was hoping that you would disagree with your mother, it seems I was mistaken.
Hey, Omar. What are these divorce papers you left on the table?
Sorry, but my heart's finally broke.
What? What do you mean your heart's finally broke? Are you some sort of teenage girl who just broke up with her boyfriend or something?
Make fun of me all you want, but I don't care what you say anymore. Both you and Elena have always looked down on me for working at a factory. I try not to think of it too much by telling myself that it can't be helped since Elena is a girl in puberty and that you're just sympathizing with her. But today was the last straw. I thought to myself, why didn't I just quit being a father entirely? And that's when my heart broke and I couldn't hold back my emotions anymore. Those divorce papers I left you are the result of those emotions.
Why don't you do as you please? I mean, you can barely provide for yourself with that meager salary of yours in the first place, let alone for the three of us. That's why I had to work a part-time job all these years, Omar. Because my husband worked at a factory and barely made any money.
I know that I never made that much money, but I did my best to provide for this family until now. Not anymore, though. I'm done. Let's hire a lawyer to deal with the details of property division and stuff.
Huh? A lawyer? Where are you right now?
I won't tell you where I am, but I'll just tell you that I'm in the city.
What do you mean, a lawyer? Don't you think you're over-exaggerating? I thought I just had to turn these papers into the city hall and we were done.
We could, but hiring a lawyer is the best way to avoid trouble with things like this. We mainly need to discuss financial matters, so it's best if we hire an expert to manage things, don't you think? There's a lot less risk of there being any issue. Just sign those divorce papers and turn them into City Hall whenever you like. Well, goodbye, Rena.
Hey, I heard that you were divorcing Mom. Is that true?
Yeah. It's up to your mom when she turns in the divorce papers, though.
Nice! Finally, I was waiting for this day all my life. This is a good opportunity to get a new father, so I hope Mom actually marries someone who works at a trading company. Because then the background I made for myself will be real.
So you're going to continue telling everyone at school that your dad works at a trading company, even though me and your mom are getting divorced?
What? What do you care if I tell everyone my dad works at a trading company? Are you going to tell me that lying is bad and being honest is the best way to make friends or something? That's not how the real world works, Dad. Relationships would never get anywhere if people were honest.
Honestly, do whatever you want. I don't care what you do at school anymore. I just thought that it was strange because you're going to live with your mother after we get divorced, right? Won't your classmates eventually find out that you were lying?
Oh, I see. Well, it's not like anyone's asked me the details yet, so I'll just think of something later on.
So, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Yep. I just wanted to know whether it was true that you and Mom were getting divorced.
I see. Well, goodbye then, Elena.
Bye! Hello, Omar. I thought I'd tell you about the situation. I already turned in those divorce papers.
All right. I'm glad you accepted the financial terms of the divorce as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm lucky I got even that much out of the property division.
Yes, I added a little extra because I was the one who suddenly proposed a divorce, and it might affect Ellen's future. The money you need to raise Elena until she graduates from university is included in the money I gave you. Don't forget that. I don't want you spending it on any other nonsense.
Yeah, I already received an explanation from the lawyer, so it's fine.
Alright then, I guess we're officially divorced now.
Yep. Goodbye, Mr. Low-Income Factory Worker. Hey, Omar! You've got to be kidding me, right? The factory you work at was shown on TV. You were interviewed, and they said something about you being the inventor of a new popular item and how you had numerous achievements over the years. And then they said you were going to be the CEO starting from next year. You didn't tell me anything about this, Omar. This can't be happening. To think you were headed straight for a promotion even when you were just a factory worker. I was almost the wife of a CEO. If I had known, I never would have divorced you. Hello, Father. I just graduated high school, and now I'm going to go to university.
Long time no see, Elena. Time flies so fast. You already graduated high school?
Yeah, and I want you to give me the tuition for university.
Huh? But your university tuition was already included in the money I gave your mother when we got divorced.
What? Seriously?
By the way, what university are you going to be entering?
A university.
If it's a university, then the money I gave your mother should be enough to pay for the tuition, since it's a national university, right? Why are you asking me for tuition?
I mean, Mom said that you didn't earn much money, so you could only pay for my tuition until I graduated high school, but you're still my father, so even if you don't earn that much money, it's still your duty as my parent to somehow grant my dreams when I say that I want to go to university.
I see. It seems like Mom didn't tell you anything.
What do you mean?
It's going to be inconvenient for me if you start following me around or something, so I'll explain it to you myself.
Huh? What do you mean, follow you? But I'm your daughter. Isn't that a bit cold?
You see, Elena, you're your mother's child from her previous marriage.
What?
You see, the two of us never legally became related to each other since there was opposition from our families, so I didn't need to provide for your tuition in the first place when me and your mom got divorced. But since I was the one who proposed a divorce, I felt responsible for what it might do to your future. I decided to give your mother an extra 120,000 euros on top of the property division I already gave her to pay for your tuition until you graduate university and stuff.
1,200 euros? But if you can afford that much, just a bit more shouldn't be a problem for you, right? You see, 98% of people from my high school go on to university, so everyone's going to laugh at me if I don't go to university as well. So please, just give me the university tuition.
That's impossible.
Why not?
You see, 120,000 euros was a huge amount of money for me at the time. It was basically all my savings, and I had to be really tight with money for a while after that. I've only recently been able to spend up an average amount of money again. Sorry, but I'm not going to go through that trouble again.
But if you don't give it to me, I won't be able to go to university.
So where's the money that I gave your mom that was supposed to pay for your tuition then?
I don't know.
Alright, then you should ask your mother about it and talk to her about what to do from now on. If she doesn't have the money anymore, then it can't be helped and you'll have to get a scholarship or get a tuition loan or get a student loan or something.
But even if you tell that to me now...
It might seem cold to you, but I really have nothing to do with it anymore. So you can't just involve me in your financial matters like this. You're not my daughter. The 120,000 euros I gave your mom 3 years ago was the most I could do at the time. Please don't contact me again.
Father!
No, I'm not your father. But I do hope that you find happiness, though. Good luck.
Omar! Why did you tell Alina that you weren't actually her father and that you had given me 1,200,000 euros when we got divorced? But if she doesn't get a job as soon as she graduates high school, we won't be able to support ourselves anymore. We don't have any money.
If ever Elena comes to me begging for money in the future, you won't oppose me telling her that she wasn't actually my daughter and about the circumstances involving our marriage.
Huh?
This was one of the conditions you agreed to when I gave you the 120,000 euros.
Oh, damn it.
It looks like you understand now, so goodbye.
Hold on, but it's true that we don't have any money. I heard that ever since you became the CEO, the company's business has been doing better than ever, so you can give us money, right?
Will you please just cut it out already? Didn't I tell you that Elena's tuition until university was included in the money I gave you? It's your fault for not listening to me and using it on who knows what.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I intended to leave some money for Alina's university tuition, but before I noticed it was just gone. So please, Omar, help your family.
Sorry, but you guys aren't my family anymore. You see, I got remarried and I'm going to have a child soon, which means that I don't have any money to spare as I have to provide for my actual family.
Seriously? You got remarried and you're going to have a baby soon?
Yes, that's what I said. Well then, goodbye for real this time. I had my suspicions as to what had happened to the 120,000 euros I gave Rena, but apparently she quit her part-time job after we got divorced. Apparently the 120,000 euros was used to support the two of them during the 3 years Elena was in high school, as well as for Elena's tuition. Honestly, what she did was more sane than I had expected. I thought that she would spend the money on random garbage like new bags or something. Anyways, ultimately, Elena gave up on going to university, but she didn't get a job either. After finding out that her mother used the money that was supposed to pay for her university tuition, she became feral and started just staying in her room all day. Rena was terrified of Elena's wrath, and so she started working part-time again. But since she only earns minimum wage and has to start from the beginning, the two were barely able to keep themselves alive, it seems. Not only that, but apparently Rena's new job was at a factory, the place she herself made fun of me so many times for working at. I guess she got what she deserved for making fun of a person's profession without even understanding what exactly it is that they do. Maybe karma does really exist.